Hey guys, Sturge here, and today I'm going to be showing one of the best TH14 attack strategies that can get you 3 stars every single time in ranked. At the moment I am in Golem League 20, and the attack strategy I'm going to be using is the Super Witch Smash. This army is great if you have the Fireball for the Grand Warden, and also most of my equipment is a bit underleveled except for the Fireball, which if you are using this army, you will need that equipment maxed. And here's the base I will be attacking. We have some decent value for a fireball towards the bottom, which is the first thing you want to do when scouting a base is decent fireball value. So we'll drop our warden, walk down here towards the bottom, take down these outside buildings, and a couple of defenses leading up to the building you want to target, and making some of the defenses invisible so we can path the fireball over towards the building you select to hit, and drop in the 2 earthquakes to take down all these surrounding buildings and that Eagle Artillery, which you can take down as a Town Hall 14. You can take down Town Hall 15 Eagle Artilleries, which is pretty good. We'll path the Warden back to the left side here with the Witches and the Archer Queen, and we'll head over to the left with the Ice Golem and the King, and separating the Siege Barrack a little bit further away from the King for this funnel. And most of the time you always want to do that with the Siege Barrack, separating it from the King, just so we have a chance of him grouping up with the Super Witches to use his Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball in the middle of the base. We have the Single Inferno, which will lock on to, it looked like the King was targeted, so I will drop a totem here, even though it was just locked on to the Yak. So we'll drop that there. We have 2 Rage Spell Towers in the middle of the base here, so we'll get ready with a Rage for our troops and a Freeze onto the Town Hall to freeze that Town Hall as soon as it activates, so it doesn't deal any damage to our troops. We'll take that down for the 2nd star, and we have a enemy queen and 2 dragons raged up in the middle of the base, so we'll poison and drop a totem onto those just to basically delete those once we move our way through that poison from the Town Hall, dropping our Royal Champion towards the bottom and activating the ability immediately. Same with the King up towards the top, taking down the last little bit of the top portion. And we have the Rocket Spear on the Royal Champion, taking down the last couple of defenses towards the bottom. We still have the Queen's ability, which we activate there, and we don't have too much left on this base for the start of this week inside of Golem 20. No defenses left, so we'll be a 3-star with all, oh no, we still have only 3. The Warden does usually die to the poison if you go through it towards the other side of the base, but a 3-star for plus 40 to start off the day. On to our second base here, another Town Hall 15. We have 3 Infernos surrounding that Town Hall at the top of the base, and another thing you do want to target if you can't hit the Eagle Artillery at if you are attacking Town Hall 15s is targeting the monoliths. So we'll immediately drop the Warden and the 2 the Invis and take down the monolith with the 2 earthquakes. There we go. So we have a decent funneled up towards the top. We can path the Warden over towards the right here with the Witches, even though he was going that way anyway. We'll drop the wall break over at the top of the base and the King in Siege Barrack, as you see there, to path the Witches in towards the middle. Even though that wall break would have already sent them in towards the middle of the base, we have all of those 3 Infernos around the Town Hall, which will be a little bit deadly, so we're going to get ready with a freeze once the Town Hall does activate. We also have a jump spell. The King is going to go walk around the outside of the base, as you see towards the bottom right corner of the screen, freezing the Town Hall as we take that down, and a Rage to go through that there. 2 balloons and a Super Dragon come out of the Clan Castle. The Warden does die to the bomb and the Infernos over at the Town Hall compartment. We still have the Royal Champion, which will drop up towards the top of the base. King and Queen ability still to use as well, as we make our way through these 2 single Infernos and those heroes as well up towards the top. We have the Minion Prince, which we will distract with a totem and a couple of other defenses as well, because we do want to keep our Royal Champion up as long as possible through this attack, heading down towards the bottom. The King did use his ability, and he did die towards the bottom with a couple of Yetis working down there. We still have our 1 Invis that we can use for the Royal Champion with the Electric Boots to take down the Expo. Hopefully she does go over towards the mortar and then lock on to the air defense, but we still have the Witches and the Queen with her ability working down towards the bottom. So a little bit closer call with this one compared to the first attack, but we still have a minute left in the raid and only 9% left to get the 3-star for another plus 40 trophies. Moving on to the third attack strategy, we got another Town Hall 15. We got a decent fireball up towards the top with the Eagle, the Monolith, and that Clan Castle there. So hopefully we can take down those 3 buildings. They will all be able to get hit by the fireball here. And we'll drop our first couple of invis, targeting the Eagle, dropping the 2 earthquakes. We take down the Monolith and the Eagle, but the I think I did miss one of the placements of the earthquakes, so the Clan Castle is still up, working in the middle of the base there. I'm not sure if there are builders repairing it or not. It doesn't look like it, so we did just miss one of the earthquakes onto that building, which is fine. We'll just take it down with the poison spell over there, dropping the witches and queen to head down towards the bottom right, with the king and siege barrack over at the right side here to funnel everything in towards the middle. I should drop that wall breaker to head in towards that storage and the mortar right beside the witches. We have the king going down towards the bottom again, which is fine. We have the Clan Castle coming out with a meteor golem, so we will poison that for the enemy king and the meteor golem. Just a bunch of HP that will slow us down throughout this first little bit of the attack, but it won't do too much to us here. We will just take down this meteor golem very easily with the witches and the big boys. We still have the king, which is actually grouped up now. Like I said at the beginning of the video, that he does like to group up sometimes with his attack strategy, so we can freeze the town hall, use the king's ability going through there and dropping the royal champion towards the bottom. So now we use the king in the middle of the base with his ability. We can use the jump spell over at the left side of the base here. We want to keep the queen's ability throughout the entire attack, mostly because she will get healed up by the healers, with the witches being around her most of the attack as well. We still have an invis and a totem to use. That multi won't be a good use of that totem because it does just, I guess it does take off one of the targets for that multi, but we have the healers and everything, so it won't really do too much to us there. The minion prince is the biggest issue here, but we still have all 4 of the heroes up at the end of this attack, with the royal champion taking down the minion prince here for the easy 3-star, another one against another Town Hall 15 for a third plus 40. And I think this is the final attack I'm going to show off today. We have another Town Hall 15, and we're going to fireball towards the bottom, trying to take down the Clan Castle, which is another good target to go for if the Monolith is in on its own, as you see there at the top right of the screen. But this fireball here will take down the Scatter Shot, the Inferno Tower, Expo, maybe even the Eagle Artillery, as you see here, dropping that fireball onto that, taking down the Clan Castle and the Eagle and the Scatter Shot. So great value with that fireball there. As we head over to the left side towards that single Inferno, which didn't get taken down by the fireball here, dropping the second portion of the funnel with the king and the siege barrack. And we also drop our baby dragon up towards the top just to path the P.E.K.K.A.s in towards the middle to tank a little bit for the super witches as they head in towards the 2 heroes here, with the couple of headhunters dropping that there, even though that wasn't really necessary, to be honest. We still have 1, so I didn't drop 2. I thought I'd drop the second one there, so we're good to save that for the 2 heroes over at the right side, dropping the first totem for this cutter shot there to keep up the king and the couple of P.E.K.K.A.s. As everything moves in towards the middle, the witches and the queen will target the town hall. We'll drop another totem for the single inferno, dropping the king's ability and going through the town hall for that 2nd star, with the royal champion working down towards the bottom. Now going through the middle of the base here with the poison slows us down a lot, and we still have the 2 heroes and also the Monolith, which I think is under rage from that spell tower. So we'll drop that freeze there, which we didn't use for the town hall. And once it fades, we'll drop the totem here with the queen's ability to distract, with the giant going through the last little bit of this base with a minute left in the raid. We still have the 3 main heroes left in the attack, with the warden as usual dying in the poison from the town hall. We'll clean up the rest of the base here for a 4th and final 3-star of the day as we head back to the base here, and I'll show off my battle log for this week. Checking out this week's battle log, I did miss out on a 3-star by 2% because I did run out of time, but but I did 3-star every single other attack for a total of 478 trophies on offense and a decent 53 trophies on defense. But this is the old Golem 20 before the changes which made the league floor for Channel 16 Golem 20. So with this being a competitive league at the time, I did finish 4th with 525 trophies, and I was top 1% in the world as a Channel 14. Check out the video on screen now to see what Golem 20 looks like now inside of Ranked.